Welcome to Somerset Weekly Wrap-Up for the week of May 25th to June 1st. The Selectmen's first choice for town administrator after interviewing 4 candidates for the job has decided not to accept the position. Selectman Chair Alan Smith said Uxbridge Town Manager Stephen Setti was offered an increase in his salary from $140,000 to $175,000 by Uxbridge after being chosen for the Somerset job. Smith said Somerset came back to Setti with an offer that would have given him just as much compensation, but Setti has decided to stay in Uxbridge. The selectmen will now try to work out an agreement with their second choice for the job, Thomas Garino, who was town administrator in Bourne from 2005 to 2019. A woman who lives in the neighborhood of the Somerset Progressive Club expressed some concerns at the selectmen's meeting on Wednesday about behavior at outdoor and indoor events at the club that she says disturbs the residents living in the area. She made her remarks during a hearing on an all-alcoholic beverages license that the club was seeking from the selectmen for a bike run fundraiser at the club. Cindy Silva, a Reed Street resident whose property abuts the property of the club, said motorcycles speed on the street, which she feels is dangerous to children and elderly who are walking in the area. She said another issue is vulgar language from people at events at the club. She said she has smelled marijuana in her backyard that she says comes from people on the property of the club. Silva said the club should be shut down by 10 p.m., but she said she has been woken up at 1 a.m. by people at the club who are yelling at each other. Kevin Benavides, a member of the club, said there will be 2 events at the club this year, and a police detail will be hired for them. He said the last band to play at the David Moray's bike run will end their performance at 4:30 p.m., and everyone will leave by 5 p.m. or go inside the club. He said members of the club, including himself, will manage the crowd at the event. Selectman Chair Alan Smith said neighbors of the club should not have to spend the day not enjoying their property. He said they should be able to have cookouts or birthday parties if they want. Smith said he will be watching to see how the event goes. Selectman Lorne Lawless said the town has a new noise ordinance that police could enforce if it gets too noisy at the club. Selectman Jacob Vaught said he wants the Progressive Club to show it can be a good neighbor. He said he will ask the police for a report on how the event goes. The selectmen did approve of the special one-day all-alcoholic beverages license for the club for the bike run. At a joint meeting of the Selectmen and Housing Authority on Wednesday night, Thomas Potter was appointed to an opening on the Housing Authority. Matthew Aspin, the chair of the Housing Authority, said the authority could have asked for a special election or a joint appointment to fill the seat that was left open because Tony Soares resigned. An election would have cost the town money to hold. Potter has served on the authority before, including as chair. Aspin said Potter's business background is very beneficial to the authority. The Housing Authority oversees apartment complexes for the elderly and handicapped that include Eugene Murphy Village and John F. Kennedy Terrace. Interim Town Administrator Michael Gallagher said he is applying for another grant for $200,000 to help pay for the cleanup of contamination on the old gas station property at 3280 County Street. The town had previously been awarded grant money to clean up the property, but Gallagher said the cost to do the cleanup is significantly greater than the original grant. He said he is looking to get the cleanup done by next year, at which time the town can put the property on the market to be sold. When the property is sold, the town will pay grant money back to the state. Somerset Berkeley Regional School Committee members asked Ronald Taro, the Director of Business and Finance for the schools in Somerset, to see if he could find $8,000 in the budget so that parking fees do not have to be charged to students in the next school year. The students have been charged $50 a year for parking in the student lot on the high school property in recent years. Students recently came to the regional school committee meeting asking if prorated fees could be charged for parking since some students do not get their driver's licenses until the middle of the school year. But last week, the regional school committee decided to see if they can eliminate the parking fee altogether. In sports, the Somerset baseball team learned on Wednesday that it will be the 29th seed in the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association Division II tournament and is scheduled to host a preliminary postseason game on Saturday at 4:45 p.m. at James Sullivan Field. Somerset Berkeley, which has a 13-7 record, is slated to play Northampton on Saturday. The winner will play number 4 seed North Attleboro. Thank you for tuning in to Somerset Weekly Wrap-Up. We will see you next week with news from around Somerset.